to have a flyer to get a flyer on our green table for more information on that. We would also like to introduce a Haitian leader, Sabine French.
All right, let me get you on her. I'm running.
And we just want you to give a couple of words if you would like.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? My name is Sabine French, and I grew up in what Haitians and Queens have declared to be our little Haiti, which is Cambria Heights. And though I'm proud to be an American citizen, I'm also extremely proud of my Haitian descent. And this really, truly warms my heart because, as the senator has said, Senator Schumer, when you're Haitian and you're from Queens, you oftentimes do go to Brooklyn for support. So being here in my own community, being here in my own community and to know that we have support and we have a voice and we are recognized means so much. Because as so many people have said today, oftentimes, though it's with good intentions, when they speak of Haiti, they speak of tragedy. But guess what? The tragedy is why, for example, Assemblyman Clyde Vanell, attorney, pilot, community activism, Assemblyman is here because his parents rose up from the tragedy so that we may stand here. My parents moved past the tragedy so that I may stand here with all of these great individuals in government. And I am so thankful, so thankful. We have so many allies and so many supporters. And I just want to say thank you so much. I'm almost positive this won't be the last tragedy, but I want to thank you all for the support. And I'm so sorry for, but I'm really, really thankful to know that this community realizes that every member in the community matters. Even the individuals that does not speak English. Because as you know, the first language for Haitians is not English. And that's another, how can I say? Barrier, thank you. That's another barrier. The fact that English is not their first language. So imagine when someone comes to a foreign country and it's due to tragedy. They're not here on vacation. They're here due to a tragedy and they do not speak the language. So that's another barrier that we have to overcome. So thank you so much. As many have said, the work has to be done. It's not easy work, but please, we appreciate the support, but support is what we need. Ask a person that has an organization, such as Hope, such as Capricorn, and many others, how can we support you? Because Haitians are very intelligent and resilient people. So yes, we want support, but we also want to lead because we are leaders. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to bring up an organization that's really done the work on the ground. And when we talk about community-led organizations, this is the organization that has continued to do this work, whether there are cameras or not, from 2010 and even before. I want to thank them for their work. And like I said, I had pledged $5,000 to them. I met this organization in Brooklyn. I didn't know them. So that check is written. And I really do, as Adrian said, urge everybody who can give, no matter how small it is, $5, $2, whatever it is, we need to make sure we're doing our part. So I want to bring up John Pierre Lewis, the president and CEO of Capricorn.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be here tonight. Thank you, Mr. President, for supporting Capricorn and the commissions that we serve in Haiti. And every single person in here who, I don't know everyone's names, but the fact that you're here tonight, I know that you care. And I want to thank you for taking the time to be here to support, fundraise, to push, and to help us fight the fight that the Haitian people has been fighting forever to be free and be better. So with that said, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. So once again, my name is Jean-Pierre Louis, and I'm the founder, president, and CEO of Capricorn. Capricorn started work in Haiti in 2009. However, Capricorn actually was birthed in Brooklyn, Crown Heights, in 1990. I don't have a speech, I don't have bullet points. I'm going straight from the heart because that's what I do. Around 1990, when I first came to this country, I was in the 5th grade. And the kids in the schoolyard were calling me Haitian, booty scratcher, go back home, you have HIV, HBO. I had a low cable, so I know HBO meant some cable channel that you watch movies in. But I found out HBO also meant Haitian Body Order. And everything that was happening. But I said, I don't have any of those things. What is a Haitian booty scratcher? What's HIV? So when I started to enlighten myself what they meant, I said, oh no, that's not me. I didn't come to America by will. I came because my mother was seeking for a better opportunity, and she brought the 3 of us to the United States. I had a wonderful childhood in Haiti. I had my grandparents, my friends, my family. So for me, life was great. So to be here, 1990, I came around during the winter time. It was a culture shock. Cold, freezing, you know. And I remember one of the first things I said was, oh wow, my Uncle Joe, he smokes. So when he comes here, he won't have to buy cigarettes anymore because you can actually just breathe and you smoke. So I said, you know what? Oh, that's what you mean? Okay. I'm going to come here. I'm going to take this education and I'm going to go back home and make back home a more productive and better place to live. And I said, if I can create an organization that will provide jobs, no Haitian will have to leave Haiti and come here and be disrespected like I was being disrespected. Obviously, years went by, I realized I can't do that. People still gonna come and everything else. However, that was my motivation throughout my entire time in school. Junior high school focus, high school focus, college, we're here now. What is it that we're going to do that's really gonna change back home? And I went to Brooklyn College, shout out to Brooklyn College. I did my bachelor's in Brooklyn College, bachelor's in public health, I did my master's in public health. So when I found out what public health meant, I said, oh, this is perfect. This is something that you can implement without having to have lots of money, but will have the greatest impact. And surely enough it was. As 2007, from 2009, I did my whole dissertation on Capricorn. When I first went to implement it by doing community assessment, all I had was a pen and a notepad, no money, no dollars, nothing. Spoke with the community leaders and recruited 20 volunteers. So in 2010, when the Haiti earthquake happened, Capricorn was only 9 months old. And yet, we responded to the disaster of 2010. Now, there's a bunch of questions about money. I don't know about money because we didn't get any relief money, earthquake money, nothing. Because nobody, just Capacare, who are you, whatever. 2010, 2012, cholera, Hurricane Sandy, Matthew, chikungunya, which is a mosquito-borne illness epidemic. Paylock 2018, Paylock 2019. Paylock means shutdown, lockdown, country, shutdown, whatever. 2020, we have the COVID-19. 2021, which literally about 6 weeks ago, they assassinated the president. And now we have an earthquake. All that to say, Capacare have been doing work on an ongoing basis. We are not a pop-up organization. We've been doing work every single day, Monday through Friday, full staff, full program. Saturday, during the weekend, we have the youth programs. So every day we are working. We have 5 core programs. We have doctors, nurses providing health care. We have a mental health program. We have a prevention program. We have a youth leadership program, as well as professional development. Because I know all of these things was what's going to transform that community. So today, for us to be chosen as one of 4 reputable, trusted organizations to actually do relief in Haiti, wow, that's amazing. I'm truly humbled by that. So, I don't know what to say. All I know is that when the earthquake happened around 8:30 or 8:29 in the morning, at 8:43, I got a call, text from my director in Haiti and said we have an earthquake. And I was like, what, an earthquake? Says yes. And immediately my phone started just, going in pictures, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? We started to check for all our staff. We have 31 of them, checking, make sure everybody's okay, trying to get them. We didn't get the news from everyone. But by 12:30, my nurses, my doctors were coming back to the office to begin working. Now, mind you, some of them were also hurt. Scratches, leg injuries, head injuries, nothing major, but they were bruised too. They were shocked, they were traumatized, but yet they were responding. So, I say this to say, we've been doing this work in Haiti. We have the experience. We have the leadership. We have the team. What we really need from you guys is support, financial support. So I hear a lot of things being done. How can we help? How can we help? Listen, the people who has a solution, who knows how you can help them, is the people who's going through it. So when you come to help us, don't make decision for us. Talk with us, ask us what do we need, and trust us to lead. And you just have to amplify what we are doing. What are we doing right now for action? We have an action plan. We didn't have to draft the action plan because we've been doing action. All of these crises on going on a regular basis, we know what to do when something happens. This is how my staff can react on a dime. We are providing relief for medical support, wound care, mental health kicking as soon as Monday for both the adults and children. We are purchasing food door to door. We have community health workers. We train locals. We have trained 6 cohorts of locals how to respond to this kind of work. They call themselves, we call them, this is a public health thing, community health workers. These are folks who know their town. This is why if you choose to come to Capacare, you choose to come to work with us, you'll see what we do. You can speak to any of our staff and they explain to you what it is that we are doing. So please, don't consider support in one time, because we can always respond to disasters. When what happened after disasters is over, things kind of settles. Think about sustainability. Every single program that we have at Capacare are sustainable. 12 years of sustaining them. So if you want to help us amplify our work, please consider making a sustainable donation to help us to continue doing this work at a higher capacity. Thank you very much, and God bless every single person in here.
so
my bad,
much.
my bad.
I just want to take a time to thank all the speakers and the council members and the
Yeah, it's all right, I'm good.
pastors and rabbis who came before to send prayers over Haiti, and to our council member